Hafre, boys and girls, and welcome to another lesson. We know that a sentence has two parts. In the last lesson, the first part of sentence is called the subject. Today, we're going to learn about the second part of a sentence, which is called the predicate. In today's lesson, our goals are: I can identify the predicate of a sentence. Now, you may be wondering what a predicate is. The predicate of a sentence is the part of a sentence that tells what the subject does or is. Let's look at this example. Sarafina picked up trash at the beach. Now, the key to finding the predicate is to ask what the subject is or does. Now, we know that the subject is at the beginning of the sentence, and we know that it's talking about Sarafina. To find the predicate, we have to ask what Sarafina did. And in this sentence, the predicate is picked up trash at the beach. Now, the predicate can be many words, but it can also be one word. Look at this example. Her mom clapped. Again, to find the predicate, we have to ask what the subject does. In this sentence, clapped is the predicate because that is what her mom did. Let's look at more examples. Yuri picked fruits and vegetables from her garden. We know that in this sentence, it is talking about Yuri. Now, the key to finding the predicate is to ask, what did Yuri do? The predicate is picked fruits and vegetables from her garden because that is what the subject did. Let's try another example. Menmiluan cleaned her room. Now, the key to finding the predicate of this sentence is I would have to ask myself what Menmiluan did. So, the predicate is cleaned her room. Let's look at this sentence. This sentence reads, Rollinson went outside. Again, the key to finding the predicate of the sentence is to ask what Rollinson did. So, the predicate is went outside. Let's look at this sentence. Menrick did his assignments. For me to find out the predicate, I would have to ask myself, what did Menrick do? The predicate is did his assignments. Let's revisit our goal again. Our goal for today is to identify the predicate of a sentence. So let's try this together. What is the predicate of this sentence? The boy swims at Marizo Pier. The key to finding the predicate is to ask what the subject did. Give yourself a moment. If you answered swims at Marizo Pier, then your answer is correct because that is what the subject, the boy, does. Let's try another example. What is the predicate of this sentence? Miss Palugud teaches at Atticao Elementary School. Think about what the subject does. If you answered teaches at Atticao Elementary School, then you are correct because that is what the subject, Miss Palugud, does. Let's try another example. What is the predicate of this sentence? The rooster crosses the road. Give yourself a moment. If you answered crosses the road, you are correct because that is what the subject, the rooster, did. What is the predicate of this sentence? She is going to Micronesia Mall. The key to finding the predicate is to ask what the subject is or does. Give yourself a moment. If you answered is going to Micronesia Mall, then you are correct. That is what the subject is or does. Now let's take time to reflect. Did you reach your goals today? Were you able to identify the predicate of a sentence? Thanks for joining me in today's lesson. Take care of yourselves, boys and girls.